Good morning, world of readers! I am Book Dragon Erin, and I would like to welcome you all back to my booktube channel, where today I will be discussing a few books that I wish had book-to-movie adaptations. The first book on this list is Don't Kiss the Bride by Carrie Cole. It is a contemporary dark romance novel, and it's about a young girl, age 17, who's had a rough life but is offered a way out by a marriage of convenience to an older man who is in his mid-30s, and he promises that he can help her. That is not a lie, he really does help her. They agree upon their wedding not to have sex or kiss, thus their Don't Kiss the Bride rule, but rules were meant to be broken, right? Why do I wish this book was made into a movie? This book seems to be all the rage now, and like every other Carrie Cole novel that I have read in the past, this book deserves a book-to-movie adaptation that I think would guarantee to be much better than anything by E.L. James, especially the 50 Shades of Grey series. Carrie Cole has so much more heart than E.L. James, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Besides that, I felt the true electricity between Skylar, the female lead, and Jude, the lead guy, in this book. So just thinking about how their chemistry could be adapted and how their instant attraction to each other in a movie could be displayed could be all the rage for romance movie fans. This book's sex scenes are also something that I fawned over. Shipping Skylar and Jude so hard that I definitely look forward to a movie adaptation of the steam and kink that are in this book. Now, if there was a movie adaptation of this book, it would not be kid-friendly, so this I would consider more of a date night movie for mom and dad. Moving on to another book that I wish had a movie adaptation is One Was Lost by Natalie D. Richards. First, I would have to say that with every Natalie D. Richards novel that I have read, I have enjoyed them tenfold. There is literally not one book by her that I do not have and have not liked. I love every single one of her books, and whatever she writes, it doesn't matter what genre, what trope, anything. Doesn't matter what it is, I want it, I will read it. So with One Was Lost, it's a young adult fiction mystery thriller novel, and it's about a group of teenagers who go on a camping/hiking trip with two of their teachers from school. And while the teens are stalked by an unknown assailant, the teachers keep mysteries of their own. Who is stalking these kids, seemingly taking them out one by one, and what do they want, and why is this happening? There has to be a reason. Why do I wish this book was made into a movie? First, I am ticked off that there are no movie adaptations of any of Natalie D. Richards' novels because her writing makes me obsessed within the first few chapters. So if there were movies of her books, I would actually learn how to turn on my TV and watch these movies for a whole 24-hour marathon. Yes, and if I'm being honest, I do not know how to turn on my TV. I get my brother to turn on the TV for me, or my parents, but I do not know how to turn on my actual TV because it has been so many months since I last actually watched something televised. It was not on Amazon Prime, just saying. Second, this book had me both thrilled and irritated. Let me explain. The character who irritated me the most was the male teacher who believed that age was the cause of intellect, not experience. I was mentally shouting at this teacher to shut the hell up because I believe that experience is the primary cause of learning, not age. You can experience life and learn, or you can just sit around in a classroom and read about it your whole life without ever taking a camping trip or a hiking trip. Seriously, this teacher irritated me so much that I almost felt like this character detracted from the novel, even though I rated it 5 stars anyway. But this teacher I have a feeling that I would be his least favorite student if I was one of his students. I mean, I have gone camping, I've gone hiking, I've had near-death experiences, I've done a few extreme sports. I have had so much life experience when it comes to camping and hiking that I feel like I would be the know-it-all compared to this teacher, and he wouldn't like that I would be outdoing him in any of this hiking excursion sort of adventure thing, and that's just my opinion. So, let's move on. Lastly, the visuals in this book were so intense that a movie would without a doubt do justice for avid movie watchers. The forest, the river, the storm, the bodies, the flashbacks. I would freaking love to see all of that in a movie. The next book that comes to mind is Plagueland by Alex Scaro. It is a young adult sci-fi novel, and it's about a brother-sister duo who move to England with their British mom after their parents get a divorce while their dad stays in New York City. When a virus outbreak makes people and animals melt before their eyes, they need to survive and navigate through a dystopian world where the virus makes people assimilate into slush. Why is this happening, and how can this virus turned alive be stopped? Why do I wish this book was made into a movie? First, the idea of a virus that could be alive and wanting to make everything assimilate seems like it would be something out of a plot out of Star Trek, with the Borg and all wanting everything to assimilate. And having obsessed over Star Trek for over 20 years of my life, this movie could potentially be my next big obsession. Once more, the visuals in a movie adaptation of this book would be eerie and great, something out of a young adult Stephen King novel, if that makes any sense. I mean, the cutscenes from Africa, the virus origin, and New York City with the first panic. Then the virus taking over the train and turning people to red mush. That would be amazing visuals. And then the underground bunker and the bathroom scenes. Oh my gosh, I would definitely love to see visuals like that. Because the book was so well described, I could see the imagery in my own head, and I can only imagine that a movie would do this book justice. Plus, there is a wide variety of characters in this series, so I feel like everyone could be included at some point during filming, like the LGBTQ community, people of different races, people with different backgrounds, etc. And that said, tell me you wouldn't want a movie with that much diversity. That could bring in the money, and that could bring in just everything that anyone could ever want in a young adult sci-fi movie. The final book in this video, we have The Blacksmith Queen by G.A. Aiken. This is a high fantasy novel, and if you know me, you know I can't resist high fantasy. I am as much a reader of high fantasy as I am a writer of high fantasy. So anyway, a prophet has foretold that a queen will claim the throne of the Black Hills. It's bad news for the current king and his sons, who are determined to defend their birthright against all others. For blacksmith Keely Smith, who I absolutely love, war is great for her family's business since they are all a blacksmith family. When it appears the chosen queen is Keely's younger sister, Keely takes it upon herself to protect her family above all else. However, Keely never expected her life to go beyond anything the prophecy foretold. I love Keely as a character. I imagine her as a real person, not some Hollywood stick-thin actress. Keely is described as short, stocky, muscled, whereas these Hollywood actresses, they're all tall, skinny, and eat close to nothing, which I can't understand because I'm a Rogoff. I love food. All Rogoffs think with their stomachs. So, talking about diversity, this would be body image diversity compared to other movies that are huge hits. The battle scenes could also be on the same level as Game of Thrones, but better since the ending would be the end that we all wanted from Game of Thrones in the first place. Before I go on a rant and raving about Game of Thrones, I will continue with my final reason. Final reason, I would love to see more visuals of these hot as heck kilt-wearing warriors and the centaurs and the weaponry. Now, where weaponry is concerned, my brother and I both have an obsession with old weaponry. I am more of a broadsword and longbow girl, and my brother, he's more into daggers and knives, and in his bedroom, he actually has a lot of his weaponry displayed, and it's all antique, so that's actually one of the things that we love to do, is go antiquing, because it's just so much fun. It's a bonding experience for both of us, and we get all geeky over old weaponry, which is so much fun, and just seeing old weaponry in high fantasy movies, that's like our cake and icing and cherries on top. I mean, I can't even explain how much I love that. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video short, so if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button to show some support, subscribe to my booktube channel to get more videos like this, turn on that notification button to be notified when I upload brand new videos every single Sunday. Keep on reading and have a great day, everyone!